Okay, we're back for the next step in our corker making process. So we have our corker ribbons all prepared, they're all cut, and they all have the holes in the center, heat sealed, everything's ready. We have the embroidery floss and a needle. Well, it was right here. Yep, here it is. Okay, our needle. We have a nail. This is just a regular nail for hanging up pictures. It's about, I think, 1.5 inches long. And we have a piece of cardboard. This is about 3 by 3 of just any kind of piece of cardboard. You're going to take your nail and you're going to punch it through the center of your cardboard piece. And then set it down and it's going to become your stand. Okay. Now, the next step, you're going to take your floss and cut out, well, about maybe 1.5 feet or so. And thread your needle so that it's ready to go. Now, in the first part of the video, we learned how to make the corker ribbons. If you want to save time and you don't want to make your own corker ribbons, you can buy these pre-cut corker ribbons in many beautiful colors on my website, on my eBay store at Lady Lynn's Discount Crafts. They're a pack of 40 of these for only 99 cents, so it's a really good price. And then you don't have to go through the whole process of baking them all. Some people like to, and some people just like to put them together. So, okay, we have a couple of colors here. I've got the orange, turquoise, red, mint, daffodil, which is the yellow, and white. Very pretty combination, I think. Okay, so we're going to randomly take these and put them onto our stand. Now, these have the holes in them that we put in there from when we made the ribbons. And we're going to take that hole and we're going to slide the corker ribbon over the nail with the holes. And you can do them in random orders, just however you think it'll turn out. Make sure that they don't line up completely. Like if you repeat the same pattern over and over, all your colors will be like, all of the mint will be right here, all of the orange will be right here, and it won't look as good depending on how many colors you're using. Some of them you can repeat the patterns and it'll still vary as it goes around. So I'm starting with one of each color there. Now let's see, because the orange is going this way and this last piece is going up and down like this, the way that this sits in here, the next piece is going to go like this. And so I'm going to go ahead and take an orange because I know it's going to be this way and then the other orange is that way, so that I have orange on other sides around it. So then I'm going to turn it a little bit to where this last piece that I just put on is up and down, because the next piece is going to go across. I wouldn't want to do yellow because the yellow is already right here, so I'm thinking probably the turquoise, and so that one's good. So yeah, you can just kind of gauge it depending on how you want it to look. So you're going to put anywhere from about 28 to 32 ribbon pieces on there. Just depends on how full you want it to look, you know. If you want it less full, you can put less on there. If you want it more full, obviously you'll want to put more on there. So we're going to slide each of these onto here until we get enough on there that we are satisfied with how it looks. once we get to the top, I'll show you what we need to do next. The next step is going to be a little bit harder, but once you get used to the process, you'll be surprised at how easy everything becomes. Now I came up with this method because I used to try to put a needle, I used to stack them up and then try to put a needle all the way through each of these layers. And I just thought, you know, there's got to be an easier way to do this. And I thought about making like some kind of sewing machine, some way for it to hold them to where it can sew through them. And it just kind of dawned on me that why not use a nail through a cardboard piece and see if the holes will line up, and you know, see if it'll work that way. And sure enough, it did. So I really like this because it's a very cheap and easy method, and it saves you a lot of poked fingers and frustrations. Okay, so we're almost to the top here. It's looking pretty cute. I just love these colors. And okay, that's good enough for me. I'm close enough to the top and it's full enough that I'm going to leave it like it is. Okay, so we've got the nail in the middle here, and the trick to this is going to be to keep these from sliding off the nail too early while getting your fingers underneath. So I'm going to want to put my thumb right here to hold these down, okay, so that way it doesn't slide up, and I'm going to slide two of my fingers underneath to the bottom ribbon and make sure that I'm holding all of these together to where they're not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to squeeze it, hold it really tight with my thumb at the top, and hold it with two fingers at the bottom, and hold these in place really good. Once I'm pretty sure that these are not going to slip or slide or go anywhere and I've got a really good grip on them, I'm going to carefully pull out the nail. And the holes will be all lined up, okay? While holding it, you're going to want to take your needle, you're going to put it up through the hole and pull it out the top and leave a tail at the bottom. Carefully, carefully, you're going to want to go back underneath the top ribbon and back down through the holes. Now, I don't know why I'm doing this with my left hand, because that's making it harder on me. Okay, so you're going to go underneath the top ribbon, because this is going to act as an anchor, and back down through the holes. Oops. And if they misalign or anything like that, you can just put them back on the nail and do it over. Once in a while that happens if you don't hold them quite right and they kind of shift, and I think that's exactly what has happened here. So, okay, I'm going to just pull this out, and it's not a big deal. I would basically consider myself an expert, and even I at times mess up, so you just put them back on there. The hardest part is keeping these from shifting when you're holding them, especially the first couple of times you try it. But really, if I was paying more attention to really what I was doing instead of talking, then it would be a lot easier for me. I can't talk and chew bubblegum at the same time sometimes, so, but like I said, it's not a big deal. You can just put these back on there. And I'm kind of glad that this happened, so I can show you that you know, it does happen and it's okay. I mean, practice makes perfect, you know. Not everybody's going to be perfect with this method the first time. And you might even find an easier way for you to do it. You can maybe just slide these right onto the needle and figure it out from there. You know, if that's easier for you. Either way, Okay, so now that I have them back on here, and they'll flatten out a little bit in the middle. Okay, so now they're back on here. So now I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so this time I'm going to hold it really tight. Pull it out of there. Put it up through the holes. There we go. And while holding onto it really good, I'm going to put it back through, but underneath the first one. This is the part that's tricky, but you'll get the hang of it. And back down through the holes. And okay, now I've been able to get back down through the holes. Okay, so I went underneath the top ribbon here and then back down through the holes, which anchors that top ribbon to this, okay? Then on the bottom, you're going to go back underneath the bottom one, but instead of going back through the holes, you're just going to go back through the bottom like this, and that'll anchor it to the bottom. And if this gets caught on your ribbons, it's okay. Just, you know, pull them off and then pull it through. Okay, once you have it like that, now you can let go because it's gonna stay. And take your needle off, and then you'll go ahead and tie this. And if you need to kind of tighten it a little, that's fine. Just don't want to pull it so hard that you end up breaking your thread. So you can do a double knot, you can do a triple knot, just however much you want it to be anchored, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so once you've got that anchored, you're going to go ahead and trim it. And we now have our corker bow that is ready to be put on a backing, or have a backing put on it. Okay, and you can kind of fluff it up a little if you need to. Okay, so we're done with this, so I can put that down. Okay, so now we just have to decide what kind of backing we want. I'm going to show you first the ponytail holder and the headbands because that's the easiest, okay? I'm not going to actually glue this on because then I won't be able to show you the other pieces, but what I like to do, like this waffle headband is what it's called, where this line is, I like to go ahead and glue it to that part so it kind of hides it. And all you have to do is take your hot glue and put a little bit on the bottom here and then stick it. And just be careful because it'll burn your fingers if you touch the glue too much. And then you'll have a nice little headband. You can do the same with this one. And you can put the line underneath where it goes under your hair, or you can put the bow over it. And depending on how you want the bow to sit, if you want it right on top, you can put it on top. If you want it to kind of be off to the side, make sure you put it off to the side a little bit and glue it there. Okay, so that's how that works with the headbands. With the ponytail holder, which is the easiest, you're going to just take the two ribbons on the bottom and you're going to tie it just like that, and then you're going to want to square knot it, which is to tie it backwards, and then pull it, and the grosgrain itself will act as a gripper and it'll hold on there really nicely, and then you can just put it on. And then if this rubber band breaks for any reason, you can just easily replace it by untying it and putting a new one on. And see, it's kind of hard to untie once you get it knotted, so it definitely is not going to go anywhere once you tie it on. This works really great for cheerleaders if you use like school colors or whatever, because they have to have ponytail holders. They can't use clips because clips could possibly fall apart when they're doing their twists and twirls or whatever. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show all about these backings here and how to cover them with the grosgrain ribbon. So you pick which backing you want. I like to go either with the French clip or the double pronged alligator clip. These are my favorites. So I'm going to show you these ones because they're the easiest to use. Now you could just glue these straight on and make sure you put it on the right way. Like this is the bottom and this curved part here is the top, so you'll want to put the corker on the top, and you'll have to kind of hold it open as you glue it, or if the glue seeps through, it's going to stick the bottom to the top. Okay. They have little gripper pads that they're just like little foam pieces that you peel off the one side and stick it to here, and then it gives it a little bit more in the middle to hold on to finer hair easier, but you don't have to use them. So this one we're going to go ahead and cover with some grosgrain, and I'm going to use red for this one because it's easy to see. Okay, so you can start, you just get a piece of grosgrain. It doesn't have to be really long. You can cover, most people just cover the top part. You can also cover the whole thing if you would like. I like to cover the whole thing because I think it makes it look prettier, but it doesn't matter. You can do it either way. So you're going to start by putting a dip of glue, a drop of hot glue, up underneath this part here. So we're going to put a little drop of glue right there, okay, and then stick your grosgrain to it. And you can heat seal this end by either using the what we use, the wood burner, or you can use a lighter and gently go across the end so that it seals it in, so that part won't fray. So we've got it stuck there. Now I'm going to open this a little bit when I do this part so that I don't stick these together, okay? So I'm going to put some glue across this top part here, just kind of put a little bit of glue across there, and go ahead and lay it down and kind of squish it a little bit so that there's no, hold on, the fan is making this cool down too fast. Plus I need some more glue, so, and I'll just scrape this off so we can start over. I didn't realize I didn't have the glue stick, a new glue stick in there. So let me get another glue stick really quick. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to put a little line down here and down here, and put this down, and then you can open it to make sure that it is not going to stick to the bottom. So just kind of hold that down, and then you'll want to put some on the inside as well, and just fold that over it and run it along the inside as well. Okay, and you can cut it right there if you'd like, or you can go keep going. Like I said, I like to keep going and just cover the whole thing with the ribbon. It gets kind of messy sometimes. You can just pull the strings and the extra glue off. Okay, now at the back here, just fold it over like that. Pull the extra pieces off. And I need a bit of a cut about right there. So then you just cut it where you need it. And you can heat seal the end. Like I said, you can use your lighter, or you can use the wood burning tool. And with the lighter, you just run it across the end. I'm not going to do it right now because I have a fan going and it'll blow it out anyways. Then you just put a little drop right here and finish it off. And now you have a covered clip. Now on the sides here, you can just pull off the extra glue. You can also put a little bit more glue on the edges here and seal it, you know, squish it together to make sure that it's fully sealed. However you want to do it, but that makes a cute little clip to put it on, and then the grosgrain gives it a little bit of a gripping action. And then you'll just put some glue on the top part here and glue it to the corker. Okay, so put a little bit of glue on there and just take it and glue it to the bottom of the corker. And now we have a fully finished corker. And you can do the same with some of the other clips. You can put, like the French clip, you can just put a piece of ribbon across there, or you can just glue it onto there. Same with like the barrette. You can do it either way you want. My son needs me, so I'm gonna have to go. But that's basically everything. That's how you make a corker, start to finish, using the method with the nail to line up the holes. And as you can see, you might not get it the very first time, but just practice, and once you get used to it, then it'll be easy peasy. If you have any questions, you can go to my Facebook site. It's www.facebook.com, of course, /Lady Lynn's Discount Crafts, and Lynn is spelled with 2 N's. And join us there for conversation or whatever, and message me. You can friend me, and that'll be great. And if you would like to get any of the ribbons, you can get them either already curled and pre-cut from my website in packs of 40, or you can just buy the packs of ribbon in different colors for you to make them yourself. Either way you want to do it. And I'll be happy to see you on my Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter as well. Alright, thank you, and have fun and happy corker making.